Okay, imagine a young couple here in the United States. They're living the American dream, and they just bought their first home, and they got a pool and everything installed in it. They think everything's going well for them until the end of the month comes. They get their utility bill. It's double the amount they're used to paying. They thought this was the perfect deal they had going with the nice new swimming pool. Not only that, they get other bills in the mail from the pool company for chemicals and maintenance on their pool. So the problem here is that there are about 10 million swimming pools, 90% of those being residential swimming pools in the United States. And pools are expensive, they're a luxury item, they need to be taken care of just like any other asset that people own. And so our solution to this is the heating pods. The heating pods, they're similar to the pods that disperse the chemicals in the pool, except they are going to be made up of aluminum, which is a good conductor of heat, and they're going to have pods similar to the Keurig pods. They're activated whenever a hole is punched through them and the chemicals start producing heat. So the thermal heat is going to be produced from the patent from the thermal target, and the thermal emitting cells may be manufactured of a combination of iron powder, carbon, salt, and vermiculite. So some industry trends here to show is in 2018 there was about $9 billion in revenue, and the annual growth from 2013 to 2018 in the pool industry was 3.8%. A lot of this comes from the after the crash of the housing market and the resurgence of people building homes, buying new homes. Pools are an item that a lot of people are starting to want at their house. So this is why the pool industry is trending upward. And there are currently about 14,000 pool businesses in the United States that employ almost over 50,000 people. So the industry is growing, there is room for our idea, and there is a need for our idea as well.
So we contacted a pool contractor in town, and we talked to Tina Hughes, who is the vice president of Fire Masters Inc., and she told us that these were the current alternatives. So for the first one, isopropyl, it is a liquid cover that you pour onto the pool, creating a thin layer of chemicals that prevents heat loss. This allows your pool to stay at its current temperature. It doesn't exactly heat your pool, but it just prevents it from getting any colder. It's not efficient though, however, even though it's cheap, because you have to constantly replace the cover as the chemicals evaporate from the water quickly. So our second alternative is solar blankets, which is a solid cover that you lay upon your pool hours before using your pool, and it uses the sunlight as a heat source to heat your pool. However, it's really limited because you can only use it outside when there's sunlight, so you can't really use it on somewhat cloudy days or indoor pools either. And it's also not very safe, as drowning has been known to happen. And then we have our last alternative, which are gas and electric heaters, which 50 to 60% of the pool owner population uses. And they're very efficient at heating your pool at a very high cost, as there's a lot of checkup fees prior to maintenance, and then you have to think about the maintenance fees as well. And then also initial cost for installing such a heater is already a couple $1,000s, and the lifespan of such a heater is only up to 5 years before you have to think about replacing it already, so that's very expensive. So as you look at our chart, our heating pods are very competitive at a low cost, and it's efficient at heating your pool, and it requires little to no maintenance. So here are some claims from a patent, and it claims that it is eco-friendly because the ingredients of the thermal target is from the reaction. The destroyed cells are inert and pose no threat to the environment. It can also be disposed of in regular garbage and not required to be disposed of through special methods or channels. It also saves energy and time because the thermal emitting cells may be configured to release or give off thermal energy for hours, saving your electricity bill. Also, as it requires no electricity, battery, or internal power source, it leaves a greener footprint, and it's also inexpensive and easy to manufacture. So our value proposition for present and future pool owners who need safer and less expensive methods of heating a pool, our EcoPods are durable, inexpensive, and efficient. Unlike other current alternatives and competitors, our EcoPods are environmentally sound, they're also easy to use, and it saves you money. no one will close off for us.
So pools are meant to be a fun activity, and so next time the end of the month rolls around, you should be having fun in your warm pool instead of having to worry about the bills that are coming in the mail that you need to pay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.